name is Miss Kristen Dion, live in the building here with Before the Hype TV live at the Tremont Music Hall for the Raw event. And I have the pleasure of speaking with musician Kelsey. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to get up there.
So tell us, how long have you been singing and playing the guitar?
Well, I've been singing since I was 10. I've been playing the guitar for a little over 3 years now. So I'm still learning, in the learning process, but I'm making it work.
All right, and tell us about your music genre.
I would call it acoustic soul pop. I try to throw some folk in there too, just because, that's what I grew up listening to as well. But acoustic soul pop, I'm going to stick with that.
That's pretty cool. And where can we find your music?
You can find me on YouTube. You can look up Kelsey, K-E-L-C-E-Y, last name Ledbetter, L-E-D-B-E-T-T-E-R, or you can find me on my Facebook page. Just type in K-E-L-C-E-Y. You can look me up like that. Or Instagram. I'm also on there with the 15-second covers that I do, so you can find me all of them.
Okay. So Kelsey Ledbetter, and also tell us what's to come in the future.
Well, I am now recording my first EP, so that's going to be my first project that I can actually hand out to people. That's going to be coming out at the end of the summer. I'm very, very excited about that. For one, it's my firstie. You always got to love the firsties. So,
and what's the title of the song you're going to be performing tonight?
I will be performing a few songs actually. One will be called Make It All Right, and then I'll have Change, and the answer is yes, and I'm trying to remember Equality, and some other ones that I can't remember right now.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. And have you come up with a title for your EP yet?
I haven't. I'm still thinking about that. I think that I'll figure out that title once I'm done finishing the songs on it. Gotcha. Normally that really comes, after you've done all the songs and you can finally think about something that sums everything up. So I'm waiting for that moment.
Okay. Well, that's very exciting, and we cannot wait to hear and see all of the projects coming soon. Kelsey Ledbetter, y'all, she's about to hit the stage here live at Tremont Music Hall for the Raw event. My name is Miss Kristen Dion, live in the building here at Tremont Music Hall with Before the Hype TV live for the Raw event. And I have the pleasure of speaking with Ava. The fine artworks of Ava is what we're taking a look at today. And her website is cerebralaperture.com. So definitely make sure you check her out. And tell us about what you do, Ava.
Well, hi everyone. I was a photographer, or am a photographer, with 10 years of experience. And so I really have a strong background in photography, but as an artist, I felt kind of restricted. I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do with my work. And a lot of artists have chosen to take the digital art route, and they go into Photoshop and they really use the computer to expand. And that's not my strong suit at all. Yeah. So instead, I decided to go back to classical art. I started going back to college. I'm going towards a degree, and I decided to go for sculpture. Nice. But it's really hard to incorporate stone and wood and metal with photography. So instead, I went with plastic, and I use epoxies. Okay. So now I take my photographs and I print them on plastic, and I mount them on plastic, and then I use plastic to sculpt over them. And so they become like these photographic relief plastic sculptures, which ended up turning out really cool, and I'm following that process.
Wow. I've never even heard of that before. That sounds awesome. Okay, that's cool. And so what type of pieces do you do? Is there any type of concept that you like to focus on?
Well, for me, I have, like any person, we each have our stories, and we have our dark moments, and we have our bright moments. And I didn't want to do anything that didn't resound deeply with me uniquely. I didn't want to repeat something that sounded like someone else's story. And so I kind of started really looking and searching and going through my life, and I found that no matter where I turned, I always found conflict. And the thing is, a lot of people look at conflict and they look at it as a bad thing. And conflict isn't really always a bad thing. I mean, you go through conflict at school and you can end up with a degree. That's not a bad thing. But it's interesting how conflict can play out. And so the images I have here tonight are showing conflict with self. And so they show people like how they conflict with the energies that are really within them. And then some of my other works talk about conflict outside. I have works that are currently I'm trying to infuse them with actually living biological plants to kind of talk about our conflict with nature. And then I have pieces that are infused with computer parts to talk about our conflict with technology. And I think that it's kind of important to show that there's still a beauty there, but the beauty doesn't take away from the conflict, doesn't take away from the struggle. And I think it really brings a more connected worldview to the pieces that I do.
Right. You're bringing the beauty out of those conflicts, out of the, things that can deem to be negative, but you're making it a beautiful thing. That's awesome. Wow.
Thank you.
Yes. Please tell us, before I get so caught up into it, please tell us how we can follow you: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also just tell us your website one more time.
Okay, well, you can find me at Cerebral Aperture. Cerebral, like that big old brain in your head, and aperture, like the small hole that light passes through. So cerebralaperture.com. I'm also cerebralaperture.com on Twitter, on Instagram, on WordPress, on Facebook, and pretty much every other social media site out there.
Look out for her, and she has some deep stuff. Please check her out. I cannot wait to go see more. Oh my goodness, I'm blown away right now. Ava is her name. Cerebral Aperture is where you can find her everywhere. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
My name is Miss Kristen Dion, live in the building here with Before the Hype TV live at the Tremont Music Hall for the Raw event. And I have the pleasure of speaking with fashionista, fashion designer, stylist, Humble.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Thank you so much for being here. And please tell us, how long have you been a fashionista, doing your thing in the fashion realm and styling?
Well, I've been sewing for about 5 years. Well, let's say messing with the machine for 5 years. I started off just messing around with it, just really taking my dad's old shirts, my uncle's oversized shirts, and making them into something else. And I recently got into actually making it from scratch 2-3 years ago.
Nice.
Then that basically started everything.
Okay, and tell us about some of the different styles that you like.
I like clothes that are easy to wear, something that's not hard to get in or hard to get out, something that you feel comfortable but very light and beautiful. I love colors but not too vibrant, something mellow and something that just whatever you're feeling that day, I just want my clothes to embody that.
And what's your popping color for spring?
I love green. I've always loved green, but now it's more of a earth tone green, like a more toned down lime green.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's your summer color? What do you think is going to be the summer color?
Orange. Orange, orange, orange. So vibrant.
I love orange. And tell us, where can we follow you, find out more about the different fashions and how you can style us, all that good stuff?
Well, I have an Instagram. You can follow me at Humble Fraud Shop, HUMBLE, Fraud, FRIOD Shop on Instagram. And the same thing for Twitter and Facebook. I have a like page, so you can like that if you want.
Like it, love it. Definitely go follow her. She's humble and her name is Humble. All right. She's a fashionista and she has some dope fashions for you to follow, and you can understand what's popping, the green, the orange coming up, all of that good stuff coming from her pages. And you heard it here live at Tremont Music Hall at the Raw event. And I have the pleasure of speaking with the host and comedian, Tyrone Burston. Thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here. Thank y'all for having me,
And what came about with you hosting the event today?
Well, this is actually my third Raw Artist Showcase, so I actually started out as the comedian, and I've hosted as a substitute before, and now I'm back as a substitute. So I'm like a substitute teacher right now, I don't get no respect, but they still got to pay me, what I'm talking about? Okay.
All right, so we got the substitute that's taking over, basically. All right, and how long have you been a comedian?
Actually, I've been a comedian for 20 months, to be exact. That's a year and 8 months, yeah. I started in 2013, August 18th.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what type of comedy do you do?
You know what? It's real self-deprecating. I think the beautiful thing about doing comedy early on in your career is you have to talk about the things you've been through. My children, the jobs I've been fired from, you know, not having no hair on my head, you know, just anything that I pretty much, you like it? Okay, I mean, okay. You know, I like it now, you know. But yeah, I get to talk about my life and my everyday struggles, so it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
So schooling them on your life and letting them know about it in a comedian-like way to where it's like funny. Yeah, I love it. And where can we find like some of your footage so we can follow you, all that good stuff?
You can follow me everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can follow me down South Tryon too, you know, after I leave here. You know what I'm talking about? I hope my girl don't see this. She gonna be mad about that. Oh, that was stupid. That wasn't funny. Okay, let me get serious though. It's Burstin' with Comedy. You know, my last name is Burstin', so it's Burston, and that's with comedy. So Burstin' with Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's about it, yeah.
And we will definitely be following Burstin' with Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. He's a funny guy, y'all, and he's telling it from his heart about life, the past events, all that good stuff. And he's the host with the most, I should say. He's been taking over back again, so I'll say welcome back for the event, and keep it coming.
Absolutely.
It's been real.
Showcase Sensory. Yeah, Raw Artist Showcase, the Sensory Edition. I love this, man. I love being here. It's a lot of visual artists out here tonight. We got poetry, we got comedy, we got music, we got guitars, we got makeup, we got pretty shoes, you know what I'm talking about? Them socks and all that, you know. We got everything. We got everything you could think of in here, you know. So I'm happy to be here, and thank y'all so much for having me.
We're happy to have you. Y'all heard it live here at Tremont Music Hall for the live Raw event. Live in the building here at Tremont Music Hall for Before the Hype TV Live and the Raw event. And I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss DJ SPK again. She's back, y'all. What's up? How you been doing?
I'm chilling. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's really good to see you again. For all the people who didn't get to see before, tell us more about what you do, DJ.
Well, I mean, I'm an open format DJ, so that just means that I can do any genre. I prefer more up-tempo EDM or like really dope hip-hop, but you know, I do whatever. Whatever.
She does it. She does it. She really does. And tell us your Instagram again, all that good stuff.
My Instagram is iamdj.spk. Twitter is iamdj_spk. Facebook is DJSPKATL. And website is iamdjspk.com.
And you make sure you follow her and also book her. She's so dope, for real. I love her. And tell us anything else like coming up, any events, like hosting or something.
Well, you know, every Thursday I'm at Upstage in NODA for Touch One Thursdays. That's an open mic show. I do this every 2 months at the Tremont Music Hall, and then I'm also in Atlanta at Department Store every 2 months for the Drink and Paint event that we have there. So, yeah.
Have to come out there and give me some drinks and see some paintings and things. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, make sure you follow her, DJ SPK, live in the building here at Tremont Music Hall for the Raw event. Again, every 2 months, so stay tuned. She'll be back, and we'll be back too. What's up? It's your girl, Miss Kristen Dion, live in the building here at Tremont Music Hall for the Raw event with Before the Hype TV Live. And I have the pleasure of speaking with poet Superman. He's from Jersey, but he's living here now in Charlotte for 2.5 years.
Yeah, about 2.5 years. Yeah.
All right, and tell us, how long have you been doing poetry?
I've been writing for about 10 years. I started performing about 3 years after that, so I've been performing off and on for about 7 years now.
And what will you be performing tonight?
I'll be performing 3 pieces tonight. One called That Poet, another called New Shit, another called Jeremiah 29:11. So my poetry is very versatile. It's very diverse. Yes, yes, yes.
So you'll be talking about it's gonna be more on a.
What I talk about? Yeah. So there's a lot of different layers to me just as a person.
Okay.
So when you're a poet, you know, for you to express that is within you, is kind of crazy to see how many layers and how many different aspects of your life kind of come out the page. So I figured I'd show my versatility as an artist, as a poet, and do 3 completely separate poems. that have like a wide range of subject matter. But I write about things that happen to me. I write about real life. Just my experiences. I mean, 90% of the things that I write about are things that have happened to me or my point of view on things. The other 10% are like other people's opinions, and they come to me with the idea, you should write about this. Oh, okay. But I still write it from my perspective, so. Yeah, I try to remain. Yeah, Superman. Right now, I'm Clark Kent. Clark Kent right now.
So we have the real name, Clark Kent, Superman.
My real name is Greg, but you know, on stage, a poet named Superman is a whole different.
It's your alter ego.
It's my alter ego.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And tell us, where can we find your information, like your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
On Instagram, a poet named Superman, all one word. On Twitter, Poetic Superman. Facebook, you just type in a poet named Superman. Just Google me. Google a poet named Superman. I actually have an EP that's out. Shout out to my management, Tiger Eye Management. I have an EP out. It's called On the Right Path. Right is spelled W-R-I-T-E, so on the right. Like I'm writing out my path. But you can download it. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and now on Spotify. I just found out that I'm on Spotify. Awesome.
And is that poetry as well, or?
Yeah, it's poetry. It's spoken word for the most part. There's a couple of pieces that have music back to it. My brother's producer, so Jay Rels. Shout out. But yeah, there's some musical aspects to it as well, but it's mostly just spoken word. Yeah.
All right, so make sure y'all do follow him. He's about to hit the stage and get 3 pieces of a lot of diversified type of info coming through. Can't wait to see it. And you heard it live here at Tremont Music Hall for the Raw event with Before the Hype TV Live. Superman.